I've got a problem with Old Faithful, my dryer here. I did a load of wash, put the clothes in the dryer, set it on time dry, started it, it ran for a while. I came back to see if they were dry, and when I opened the door, the drum wasn't turning. So it wasn't drying the clothes right. It was warm in there, but the drum wasn't turning, so those clothes aren't going to dry. I think I've got a broken belt, but let's take it apart, see if that's the problem, and get her fixed. So I'll go ahead and fire it up. You can hear it's running, but you open the door, and the drum's not turning. It's not nice and warm in here, but the drum's not turning. First thing I need to do, go back here and unplug this rascal. Now we only need two tools for this job, a Phillips screwdriver and a 5/16 socket, nut driver, whatever you have. First thing we're going to do is at the bottom of the front panel, there's two Phillips screws. Pull these out so we can get that front panel off. Now with those bottom screws out, we'll tip the bottom out, and she pops right out. These little clips just hold under the top. And now with the front panel removed, we want to take the wires off the switch. This yellow wire goes to the right-hand side. You just want to put them back where they came off. And this wire pops off, and the other wire will pop off. And there's a clip here that already came loose. It just slides on here, holds that wire out of the way. And now we can set this aside. Alright, with this wire out of the way, now we need to remove, they call this a bulkhead. Basically it's just a frame that holds the drum in place from the front, and also your lint screens in here. And that comes off. There's 4 5/16 inch screws. Real easy. And this just pulls straight out. That's all there is to it. Now I think I've got a broken belt. I can feel the belt here. And it's loose. There's the belt. Because it's loose, oh! Look at that, there's an end. So we got a busted belt. Anyways, to take a look at it, we'll just pull the drum out, and it just comes straight out. It's that easy. You can see where the belt has run over the years. Just want to show you how rough this old belt is. If you can see that. There's the smooth side. It's all cracked. That's what happens when they get old, and then eventually they break. And here's the rib side, the 5 ribs. But you can see it's all frayed and bad shape. Let's go ahead and order a belt. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to clean out the mess in here. I've got it cleaned up in here, and we are definitely going to have to order a belt, but we also want to check the rollers for the drum. Make sure they spin freely. If they don't, you either need to replace them or clean them. There's just a little C-clip on here that pops off, and then you can pull those off. And the same thing on the other side. Both of these are fine, so we're good there. The other thing you want to check is your idler pulley. This is what puts tension on the belt, and I'll show you later how that goes. But you want to make sure that this spins freely, that it's not gummed up. This one's fine. And also check the spring that puts tension on the belt. Make sure that it's not broken and properly attached. The new belt arrived, but I got a little story to tell you. This is an OEM belt. I paid $14.75 for it. But this isn't the first belt that I ordered. I ordered an aftermarket belt from China, had the right part number, and by the way, the part number for this dryer is 312959. I found a belt with that part number, made in China, said it was 100 inches long, which is what this belt is, and I got the belt, I went to install it, and it wouldn't go on the pulley. It was too tight. So I pulled it back out, I measured it, and it was only 98.5 inches long. So then I went back online, I returned that one, went back online, ordered another one from Amazon, and before I installed it, I measured it, and it was 98.5 inches long, the same exact thing, too small. So I contacted this eBay company and told them I need a 100-inch long belt. I went ahead and ordered, they guaranteed me this would work. I went ahead and ordered it, and hey, we got a 100-inch belt. This one will work. Now before we go install this, I just want to tell you, there's a smooth side to this belt and a ribbed side. There's 5 ribs. These ribs you'll see on your motor pulley. Your motor pulley is ribbed. These ribs fit in the motor pulley ribs. This other side is smooth. That goes against the drum. So if this is the drum sitting here, it goes around this way with the smooth side against the drum, and then I'll show you how it goes on the idler pulley and weaves around, but these ribs go against the pulley on the motor. Let's go install it. Alright, the installation is just the opposite of the disassembly. Of course, you can see the wear mark where the belt was going around, so we're going to put the belt basically in the same exact spot. And you can feel this indentation here. It's just an inch out from there. And to put the drum in, all we do is slide it in. Very easy. Next, we're going to put our belt on, and like I said, the ribbed side faces away from the drum. So it's going to go on just like this. The flat side against the drum, the ribbed side up. You want to make sure that the belt doesn't twist in there. And you just slide it in over the drum. There's one little spot here. Because the bulkhead, the front's not on, you just need to tip it back just a little bit. And you can slide that in. Now we're in, slide it back. Now to install this, you're going to want to reach your hand in here and your other hand right down here. And that'll give you access to the idler pulley and the motor pulley to install it. So let's go in and do that. And then after I get it in, I just like to feel around the drum and make sure that the ribbed side is up, which it is. And then you want to take the drum and spin it at least 1 revolution, and that'll get the belt lined up just perfect. The hardest part's done. And now we just throw the bulkhead back on. And lined up with the drum. And lined up with the screw holes. And put the screws back in. You want to make sure the wire gets behind this. And we'll bring it up, and here's our clip up here. We just put it in this clip. Good. And we'll throw the front cover back on. And here's our clip for the front. That just slides back in here if yours comes off. Nothing to it. And the wire comes back through here. Just lift that tab up. Comes right through there. And then our yellow wire goes to my right side, your left, on the door switch. The white wire on the other side. Good. Now we just tip the door, install these clips under the front, like that. Push that in. Put our 2 screws in the bottom. Make sure our drum's spinning freely by hand. We're good. Plug it back in. And now we're ready for the big test. Got it untimed. Start. Ooh, she sounds nice and smooth. And we'll check and see if the drum's turning. Oh yeah. Oh, and it's nice and warm in there too. Beautiful. And that's how easy it is to change the drive belt on your dryer. If this video was a help to you, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I look forward to helping you with other projects online.